Welcome, everyone, to Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 4 seed in this playoff, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? The kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Now here comes the bunch formation. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looks to the left, and it's complete. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looks right for a quick completion. They bring him down after a short gain there.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Toss play to the outside. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap. He turns around, he flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction, that where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. 1st and goal, handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Trying for the touchdown, they'll test the left side. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Missouri. You come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and they actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 23, brought it out, tried to make a play, but good coverage that time. down play call. How aggressive will it be? Receiver in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Caught in the backfield. It's Bryant. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. The receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays. But the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Caught for the completion. He stopped, but he gets a first down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. And the Mustangs look to keep this drive moving. First down, looking to throw the ball. He'll take a deep shot. And the ball is picked off. He's got some room and some blockers here. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
Stopped at the 43, but that's enough to make a first down.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Missouri getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. Finding some room with the 25. Touchdown, Tigers. It was a foot race, and he won it.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. The SMU offense is back out on the field now. And this offense trying to bounce back. The last possession ended in a pick. Handoff here from the shotgun. And he's pushed out of bounds after a short run. Not enough for a first.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. The Mustangs will crank up the tempo.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Caught behind the line. It's Bryant. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. So now it's third and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough fourth down decision? Looking to throw again. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. And he moves the ball across midfield and picks up a first down.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive. Now they have a chance to put points on the board.
Now they run the draw play. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Man, the defensive coordinator has to be fired up about this play. The thing that he has to love is that his defense and their technique was right on point. They didn't lose their leverage. They stayed with the play and didn't just go after the quarterback.
Second down, they're going to throw it. Hit as he released it. Makes a quick grab. After second effort, he's brought down, but it's past the marker.
Man, I love these big receivers. This time he's able to use his big frame to almost box out the defender on that slant route. If you've got good timing, and this is hard to stop.
On first and 10, looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Great job on the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Now they'll run a draw play. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Well, you can see the defense there completely fooled. They're getting upfield. They're trying to apply pressure on the quarterback, thinking that they're going to throw the ball. But instead, they go with the draw play, completely fools the defense. They're out of position, gave the offensive line some really nice blocking angles, and gave the back plenty of room to pick up that first down.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so second and 7. They go with a direct snap. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
So here we go, third down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Pass caught. Can he get in? And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal.
Good job here by this offense coming up with this 1st down on that 3rd down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters.
And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
Point after, up and good. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense goes to the pistol formation now. Takes the ball and heads to the left. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with my defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And that is a 1st down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
Handoff to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
2nd down play coming up. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Here comes a handoff. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the 1st down marker. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much on that play. Brought down short.
There's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Now it's 3rd and short in the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. Defense is coming after him. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. That's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the 1st down.
And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Chris, I just love to see this offensive line and this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Missouri. That kind of execution on a long drive, that's why this team made it in the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. The returner loses the football deep in their own territory.
Incredible job by this kickoff coverage team. You don't see many turnovers on kickoffs, but they just gifted their offense with a bonus possession.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. Offense protecting the lead here, but they've been playing so well. Let's see if they go for more before halftime. They're going to run it. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts.
Touchdown, Tigers! This offense really clicking. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. There would have been a big ask for the defense there.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. 1st down. Looking to throw the football. Short pass finds the tight end. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
Boy, another positive gain for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. And it falls incomplete. They tried for a huge gain there, but that's it for this period. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. All right, let's get the 2nd half going now. The kickoff team is out there. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Tackle made after a big gain. And the Mustangs hustle to the line to run that hurry up.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line. offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself, picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. They bring him down, but a big chunky yardage on the play. The Mustangs come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Receiver makes the grab. Touchdown, Mustangs. Strong game by this quarterback. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the third quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
Automatic on the PAT. Now they get set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. They've really built momentum in this game. It's been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Opening play of the drive. Quick throw to the left. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now.
Oh, my goodness. That looked to be the defensive back who came flying up there to put the pressure on the quarterback.
With the sack on first down, it's second down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. He's escaping the pocket now. Under heavy pressure, hit as he throws it. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
The offense doesn't come up with the completion here, Chris, but I think it gives you an indication of what they think they can do here in the second half of this playoff game.
Drops back. He's going to throw for it on third down. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now fourth down.
Well, I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. The SMU offense is back out on the field now. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Keeping it on the ground here. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Stop at the 43. This offense picks up another first down.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a third down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. From the shotgun, drops back. Snags the quick throw. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line here to run the hurry-up.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receiver is usually a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Receivers are bunched together. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. Looking to pass here on second down. It's a quick grab. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. Now it's third and short on the 22. They expect this is four down territory. Let's see what they do on third down. Looking to throw it again. Caught over the middle. It's Delgado. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Good job by this offensive line and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too big of a game. They've come too far. They're in the playoff. You're down in the second half. Good job of keeping this drive alive.
Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught quickly. Big man finally brought down by the quarterback. That was a tough assignment.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on fourth and short.
The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial fourth down try. From the gun, he looks for an open man. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a fourth down stop.
I really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on fourth down. Looked to be there. They just weren't able to complete it.
Here comes the Missouri offense back out on the field. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
So behind the 6, second and long from their 14. The RPO caught to the right. Gets some space around the 30. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Run down after a 7-yard gain, so it's second and 3.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in his playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving this running back to football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. makes it 2nd and medium. And the single back takes the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
Now the defense gets these guys to 3rd down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
The offense has done well to choose some clock here. Now they'll come up on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Got a lane. Can he get in? That's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4.
You're starting to see this defense, I think, wear down now that we're in the 4th quarter. It's been a tough day for them, and the offense is taking advantage of it. A lot of positive plays. Good job of eating as much clock as they can here on this drive in the 4th quarter.
They can put the game away right here. It's 1st and goal. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri. That's another touchdown for this running back. They can't stop him. Dream performance in this playoff game.
Yeah, this is going to be a performance we're going to be talking about for a long time. I just love watching because he's doing it in so many different ways. We've seen speed. We've seen his physicality. He's breaking tackles. Boy, just an absolute dream scenario, as you said.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Mustangs offense back on the field. Defense got a big 4th down stop on the last possession. Let's see what happens here. And they heave it deep downfield. Aggressive call, a deep shot on 1st down, but incomplete.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game. The Mustangs hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
The key with these crossing routes is making sure the quarterback has enough time to put the ball accurate on the receiver. Here, he puts it right on his numbers, allowing him to be able to pick up a lot of yards after the catch.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. And the Mustangs with 1st and 10 here. Looking to chuck it again. He's moving out of the pocket now. And the tackle is made. The defense saying, not this time. They got burned in the scramble last time. They bring him down pretty quickly here. Press coverage now from the secondary. That player moved a little bit too early. It's a false start. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Important 2nd down play coming up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. And that catch is hauled in. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him closer to the goal line.
You see more and more offenses in college football going with 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
The offense stays on the field down multiple possessions. Easy choice. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Ponies.
Well, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5-wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
PAT cuts it to a 14-point game, 35-21. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the hands team able to recover the football. So the Missouri offense heads back out onto the field. They had a brilliant touchdown drive last time, mixing the run and the pass. Can they keep that going again? They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback will throw it off the run-pass option. There's the tackle, but 1st down yardage.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
It's a 1st and 10 play. Use the running game to chew on this clock now. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Now it's 2nd down here. Handoff here from the shotgun. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So now it's 3rd and short from the plus 24. Could be 4-down territory. Interesting to see what the call is here. Can he get there on the ground? And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. A nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
Looks like the offense will just take a knee here. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed